What's up, people? How you guys doing? It's your friend Cheap Ludes. How you doing? I'm back. We're gonna talk about 2K24 today for sure. I actually haven't really talked about 2K24 at all, mainly because I feel like at this stage of the year, every single year it's basically the same. Um, we start to get some tricklings of information. Everyone starts to kind of lose their mind a little bit and start to over speculate about every single aspect of the game. Like, we're not playing a yearly sports title that comes out every year that we already know what to expect. So, the main point here is just to maybe dispel some, I don't know, I don't want to say rumors, but things that we kind of see every single year that by this point we should probably just understand or just fallacies, right? The game is the game. Okay, we get the same game every single year. It doesn't matter. Really, truly, yes, there's differences. Obviously, if you played last year to this year, there's going to be some differences. But at the end of the day, every single 2K experience, and this goes for not just 2K, but MLB The Show, Madden, FIFA, etc. When you have yearly sports titles that they put out every single year, at a certain point, it doesn't really matter anymore, right? The game never really changes all that much from a year to year basis. That's just how it is. Like, so we can all kind of get sucked into the hype machine that we're going to be seeing over the next, like, 2 to 3 weeks. But at the end of the day, you just need to understand the game's realistically going to be very similar to 2K23, whether you want it to be or not. Like, there's going to be gameplay tweaks for sure. I don't think it's going to be green or miss anymore. I'm pretty sure they've confirmed that it won't be. They're removing things, they're adding things, but I'm just talking more from like a core perspective, right? The game's not going to be as good as you want it to be. That's just, you just need to go into it knowing that. Like, I wish 2K would change their engine. They can't. That's just the thing. They cannot do it. There is no possible way that they would be able to change their engine just because it's a yearly sports release. Like, that would take way too much time. Like, that's the main issue. Goonmanson, take it to the rack here. Yeah, no one plays with mid ranges too. That's another thing that I want them to change. Is just make the mid range shot a little more viable. Because I mean, this year it's rim running. I mean, this year realistically, the 3-point shot really isn't a viable method to score, which I think is kind of crazy. Court is too small. Yeah, increasing the size of the court or just like the scale of the court would definitely help for sure. I agree with that. Worthy. But a lot of it just has to do with, honestly, rim running. Rim running is really the real issue here, like paint defense in general. The main issue, and let's not get it twisted, is just them trying to balance two completely different experiences at the end of the day. I've talked about this for years now at this point, but there's never going to be a time where the gameplay is going to be good for a 5v5 when they're trying to balance it for park, right? It's not possible because you're trying to balance two radically different types of games. So until they separate those two, which I'm unsure that they're going to do, the reason I don't think they do is because they rely heavily on the sales numbers to prove to like the NBA as a whole that they're worthy of still having that exclusive licensing. So I believe they know that majority of the people who play this game play Park. Like, and I'm talking about online play for the most part. Like, there is actually a very large, like, group of people who purchase this game every year who never play online. They don't touch my team. They don't touch Park. They literally just play, like, franchise, my NBA. And that's true with all sports games. Maybe not FIFA. FIFA is the one where I feel like maybe majority of the people who touch that game play online. But a lot of sports titles are like that, where vast majority of the people who actually purchase the game every year don't actually play online. But that being said, as far as the amount of people who play online, Park, my career, vastly oversees like my team or like Play Now or anything of that nature. I would say that the amount of people who play Park is probably double the amount of people who play my team and Play Now for sure. There's just no way around it. I don't think we get anything new on Tuesday from a my team perspective. Yeah, no. I don't. I don't think there's any way we get anything Tuesday. I think they're done until Friday, they'll drop like 10 or 15 new endgame or invincibles or something. Probably just straight endgames, I would guess. Like, I don't think there's any way that we see anything new on Tuesday. What they're going to do on Tuesday, because they're going to try to make money. It's just a matter of how. That dunk I just did right there, by the way, is one of the dunk packages that's being removed. Or something of that nature. I don't know. Nobody really knows because Mike Wang just posted a picture of like that exact dunk and said it's not in the game anymore. So nobody really knows what that means. I mean, there's a lot of people who fancy themselves 2K scholars that maybe think they know all this stuff when they see it, but realistically, none of us know. None of us developed the game. It doesn't really matter. I did play. I like Play Now personally. I mean, I used to play a bunch of Play Now back in like 2K12, 2K13 days for sure. Yeah, majority of 2K streams you see are Park. Yeah, there's no question about it. Majority of people who play online are playing Park. It's just, I see my team guys try to argue sometimes that the my team player base is bigger, or not necessarily bigger than Park, but just bigger than people realize. And yeah, I don't agree with that. Like, I don't. The vast majority of people who play online play Park. That's just how it is. Yeah, I mean, they're going to try to... Yeah, exactly. They're going to try to bait people into opening more packs, dude. That's how it is. Which, what they don't understand is the best way to do that is to just put out new cards. Like, I don't understand why that's so hard for them to realize. Is just, like, if you put out more cards, people will open more packs. It's just, like, it's a very weird thing. Where they just like don't acknowledge this. I don't really understand why that is the case, but whatever. Is worth it being excited? No. The answer is no. It's not worth being excited. I mean, anybody who's played 2K or any sports game for a long period of time, we all know deep down, even if we don't want to admit it to ourselves, that it's all kind of the same shit, and we're gonna have relatively the same gripes with the game. I mean, it goes in cycles every single year. The game comes out. All the people who play like 5v5, whether that be like my team or anything of that nature, we're all stoked for the first month of the game's launch. Usually people are excited. The trophy case is kind of one of those things where like a lot of people were like, we don't like this because like you guys didn't help us understand what it is. But for the majority of... Okay, I'm sorry. Did his CPU LeBron just play that lockdown perfect defense? Okay. Yeah, tokens are stupid. I mean, they're going to keep them because it's just like another thing that they can like put up as like a grind. There we go. Okay, all right. Yeah, I mean, that's the reality too, is like people have been championing, oh my god, the ability to just buy cards outright for $50 a piece. Which, like, it boggles my mind that people are excited about this. I mean, yes, at the end of the day, it's better than what we had. But it's kind of just like, it's like being excited because you went to the doctor because you thought you had herpes and then you had, like, a curable STD. It's just kind of like, okay, that's still bad. Like, it's still not good. Like, you can be moderately more excited because it's, like, slightly better. But at the end of the day, it's, like, still pretty bad. Like, it's still horrible. There's still changes that need to be made here. Okay? $50 US is way too much. And that's obviously more if you're in, like, New Zealand or somewhere where the conversion rate's different because everything's based conversion rate on the US dollar when it comes to 2K because they're a US company, obviously. But, like, dude, that's so expensive. That's so bad. Like, yeah, better doesn't necessarily mean good. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Like, better doesn't mean good in any way, shape, or form. It just means slightly better. And, yeah, that's what's happening here. It's like, yeah, this is, like, slightly better, but it's not good by any means. I hate to break anyone's brain when I say that, but it's not a good thing. It's just slightly better. Yeah, auction house will be the same. Yeah, I mean, that's a good point from Wildmont. Shout out to the homie, for sure. It's like the pack odds got worse when they started doing this. Like, Anybody who opened like legitimate regular packs will tell you the pack odds got worse when they started doing the guaranteed players. Like as soon as the guaranteed players started showing up, the pack odds were significantly worse. I can tell you that I opened packs all year. It's not like I had great luck all year anyway, but I can tell you that the pack odds for me and for anybody I watched were significantly worse once the buyable players arrived. I'm sorry, am I getting hooped on by Opal Max Drews? My team getting a huge overhaul? I mean, I want that to be true. I do. I just don't think it will. And the reason I say that is not anything you're saying. It's just that I hear that every single year. Oh, bad shot. Buying cards for $50. That's what I'm saying. Like that's the point I try to make when people talk about that is I'm just like, dude, that is literally $50 US. Like I can tell you how many games that I've purchased like with $50 for sure in the last like couple weeks. Like instead of spending $50 on 2K, I literally purchased like 3 video games. You know, I purchased a DLC for Atomic Heart, which I'll be honest was kind of ass. I don't recommend picking it up. It was kind of whack. And this is coming from someone who likes the actual base game. I just think the DLC was kind of trash. I picked up Mafia Definitive Edition and Mafia 2, and this was all for under $50. Like the DLC that I bought was I think $8 or something, which like it's not the worst, but it's not great. I think Mafia was on sale, so it was like $8 as well, and then Mafia 2 was the more expensive of all of these things, and I think that was like $20. So like for less than one 2K card, I bought 3 different video games and gave myself probably like, 70 to 80 hours worth of entertainment for like $25 less than one single card in 2K, which is crazy when you think about it. Like, that's just nuts. There we go, Trevor Ariza. Oh, okay. Well, on PC you can buy 3 games. You're like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can buy 3 whole ass different video games for the cost of one card. And I mean, yeah, these are going to be cheaper games that didn't just come out or anything, but like the point still stands to reason that it's like pretty bad. I mean, they're going to be an overhaul of modes, but at the end of the day, even if they fix some of the issues that we complain about, there's just going to be more issues. Like, there's going to be other issues to complain about, I guess is what I'm saying. Gunmanson, good shot. It's okay. Like it's okay. I liked Atomic Heart, but the DLC is kind of disappointing. For one, it's really goddamn difficult. Like it's super hard. I mean, the base game was super hard too. At least you don't have to like. I mean, there's. I don't want to spoil things, I guess, but it's New Game Plus, so if you finish the first game, like all your upgrades are still there and stuff, but at the same time, like you don't start with all the weapons and you have to like find them, and they don't, that game doesn't hold your hand at all, so it's kind of fucking irritating when I'm just trying to look for, weapons and not have to use the same 2 starting weapons every time because you run out of ammo constantly in that game. I haven't played Baldur's Gate yet. I'm still kind of like grinding Diablo at the current moment, so I don't want to give myself another medieval type themed massive open world to deal with, because like I barely have time to play Diablo as it is. Should I get the DLC for should I get the League Pass Vision? No. Oh well, I mean it depends. I personally didn't use League Pass like at all this year. I used it for 2 games total, and it honestly fucking sucked. I hated it. God, I hate this game. So it's like I didn't use it like at all this year, and a lot of people that I talked to haven't used it either at all since purchasing it. So I would recommend, unless you are a fan of an out-of-market team, like if you live in like Canton, Ohio, and you're a fan of the Los Angeles Lakers, you're never going to catch Lakers games on TV realistically. So then in that case, I would say, yeah, dude, for sure, it's worth it. Like, but if you're, say, you live in Oklahoma City and you're an OKC Thunder fan, those are always going to be on local TV, so they're going to be blacked out for League Pass. So there's really no point, It's dependent. I pre-ordered Armored Core 6 yesterday. I can easily say it could be game of the year. Yeah, and how much? Armored Core is what, 70? $20 more than a 2K. So basically, you can get a whole game that you're excited for less than the cost of 2 cards in 2K, and it's unlikely to change. The reason I say it's unlikely to go down or unlikely to change is because everybody slurped off 2K for this. Which, don't worry, next year, here's what's going to happen. Next year, 2K is going to roll back out the $50 cards, right? And people are going to be pissed about it because they're going to be like, why am I paying $50 for a pink diamond in October? And then they're going to complain, which is understandable because I would be complaining as well. I will be right there with them. And then 2K, instead of hearing those complaints and being like, oh, okay, we should lower the price maybe until the end of the year, you know, when cards like have a lot of longevity and people would be more willing to pay for them, I should say. Instead of lowering the price, what 2K is going to do instead is just get rid of them completely, just go back to regular packs. Because they just don't have the ability to take constructive criticism well, and I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that majority of people who scream at them on Twitter are just like screaming obscenities really at the end of the day. So I used League Pass last year more than I played 2K. Yeah, see, for certain people it's definitely worth it, because I mean I think League Pass on its own is like expensive, so it's like, you know, I must have been the minority. No, like I said, it's very dependent. For me, it's not worth it because my favorite team is the Bulls. I live in the Chicagoland area. Like, bro, I could not use that to save my life. Like, there was never a time, even if I wanted to watch the other team that I like to watch, which is the Bucks, like, because I just like to watch Giannis play basketball. I'm in the middle, so both of them are technically like local games. So I couldn't watch either of them. So it's like, for me, it was completely pointless. Like, I'm not trying to go watch, like, OKC versus the Clippers. Like, I'm sorry, I'm just not, you know? So it's just one of those things where it's just very dependent on geographical location of yourself and your team if you're going to find value. Or if you're, like, an intense basketball fan. I am not an intense basketball fan, dude. I'm not really like one of those dudes that just sits there and watches sports all day, all night. Like, I'm not one of those people. Yeah. And I think there's positives to the unauctionable thing. Like, there's not very many positives to it, but there are positives. Like, the unauctionable thing could be good if they increase the chances of pulling said unauctionable cards. But 2K kept the odds basically the same all year. Like, possibly, honestly made them worse, right? That was the trade-off, and that's what other games have done, is they've implemented this unauctionable system, but they've made the chance of you actually getting those cards significantly higher, right? 2K said, fuck that, we're not doing that. Like, we're going to give you unauctionable cards, but then we're going to keep the odds super low on them because we hate you. So, you know, it is what it is. Like, it's fine. Yeah, if you're in Australia, then yeah, for sure. It's definitely worth it, right? Because, I mean, you don't have, like, local TV that would be playing NBA games. So, yeah. If they would give us more, yeah, that's the key. The unauctionable stuff could be fine if they gave us more for free in the first place. Like, I don't mind it as long as they actually give us shit for free. But they didn't give us locker codes. They didn't give us shit. Like, they didn't give us anything this year. The pack odds when you would open unauctionable packs weren't higher at all. I've had people try to say that they were. That's a bold-faced lie. They're definitely the same, if not outright worse. Yeah, and then when they actually give us, oh god, unauctionable cards, it's like, fuck, dude, come on. Like, I'll be honest, I was one of the few people that kind of had a little bit of hype for this daily player event. Granted, they were all old cards, you know, and cards that had been out. I had a little bit of hype because I was like, oh, okay, well, like, you know, if they start giving us, like, good cards at the end, that's pretty cool. I was wrong. I will admit that I was wrong. I was super wrong. Because I, for some reason, had faith that 2K was going to give us good cards occasionally, which outside of Ralph Sampson and Jonathan Isaac, who both have jump shots that are borderline unusable at this stage, they haven't given us any good cards, period. Scotty Barnes, I guess, is okay. The only good cards they've given us have had horrific jump shots. So from a meta perspective, they haven't given us any, like, you know, solid cards. There you go. Look at Luke Walton hooping. They do need to do that, but they won't. Like LeBron, Curry, Wemby's going to get 100 cards next year. Like, I just need you to understand that. Wembenyaya, look at my man Bucks for life. I appreciate you, dude. Thank you so much. That's nice, man. You like to see it. You like to see it out here. Goodmanson. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Like, we're not getting multiple Peter Goodmansons, right? We're not getting multiple Trevor Arizas. I guess we technically did get multiple Trevor Arizas, but you guys understand what I'm saying, right? Also, why does Trevor Ariza look so small? Anyways, we're getting 10 LeBrons, we're getting 10 Currys, we're getting 150 Wembenyayas next year. That's just how it is, man. It's the nature of the beast. Why give out locker codes when 90? Yeah, exactly. It'll be fun to oop with. PD Wemby going to be a menace? Oh, absolutely. Honestly, Wemby's going to be a menace from day one. I don't even know. I don't know. It depends what they do with this shooting. Honestly, Wembanyama, from the jump, we're going to be able to see exactly how bad 2K24 is going to be from a pacing perspective based solely off what they do with Wembanyama. Like, if Wemby off rip is 7'5" and can shoot threes at a consistent level, because like we've seen like guys like Chet, Bol, etc. typically can't shoot threes immediately. But if Wemby's out here, and I'm talking his current Series 1 card, if he's out here and he has the ability to stretch the floor already and handle the rock in a current Series 1 card, we know that we are about to experience hell, dog. Like, we know. Watch Wemby's jump shot be ass. Yeah, and if he has a good jumper, like, we know it's about to be hellfire for sure. So he's like a very good tell, honestly. Like, the reality is this year, the one card, and it's kind of a weird card, but the one card that should have taught me immediately that we were going to have some problems with balancing this year was Amethyst Bol at the very beginning of the year. I know that sounds weird because he wasn't particularly the best card in the world. He just didn't have defensive badges, but other than that, he was perfect, right? He just didn't have the defensive badges and the defensive stats, but he was cracked, and he was taller than majority of centers out at the time. And he was, like, actually broken. Yeah, it's crazy. He will be an Emerald. He can't shoot. I know, but no, for sure. That's how it should be. But what I'm saying is that'll indicate to us how bad the pacing is going to be. Because if homie's out here straight stroking off rip, like, we're going to have issues. You got packed up. Wildmont he stays getting packed up. Amy Taco is good. Like, you could say the same thing I'm saying about Amethyst Bol about Diamond Kristaps, but Diamond Kristaps came later during a time where I expect Diamond Kristaps to be like that, if that makes sense. Like, when did he come out exactly? Let me go back. I think Kristaps was what, season 3 maybe? Season 2 perhaps? I honestly don't remember. When did Kristaps come out? It was before Christmas, I believe, yeah. Was it Fire? Was it season 2 that Kristaps came out? Because Kristaps is kind of broken to have come out in season 2, to be honest. I mean, obviously Tim Thomas would tell you that, like, pacing was broken for sure. But I think, yeah, you know what? When Kristaps came out, it was already after Tim Thomas and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar had already dropped. So, yeah, it actually really wasn't that bad in comparison. Yeah, because he came out and Transcended. That was in November. That's a very normal time for that kind of Kristaps card to come out, honestly. Still a bit early, but when you're dropping Tim Thomas, like, what you going to do? Oh, my God, all tokens. Eclipse Yao for 2.5 million? Yeah, for sure. Oh, I bet. Yeah, we need the token market needs to come back to its former glory. Like, there's just no question about it. I'm still getting trophy case pieces this late. Oh, I hate it. Like, the token market needs to come back for 2K24 to be good. Because this sucks. Also, if they're going to do shit like this, at least go back and lower them occasionally. Like, you have alternate reality and high-res equal chance packs. at least lower them towards the end of the year. Like, dude, who's paying 1,000 tokens for a card they could buy for 2,000 MT? Like, come on, man. Also, like, the previous cards, like, go lower them, bro. I'm not trying to pay 1,000 tokens for Alonzo Mourning at this stage. I would pick up Alonzo Mourning and I would mess around with him for the all Heat squad if he was like 500 tokens for sure. Same with like Malik Sealy, Steve Smith, Arenas. Just going through a hangover from hell. Yeah, you definitely need that for sure. Ricky Davis and Kareem season 2 was nuts. Yeah, it was. Season 2 was bad actually. Shit, not even to really mention Magic Johnson and Penny Hardaway, who were the 2 best defensive point guards in the game, which is hilarious when you think about it, because Magic and Penny were not regarded as good defenders in real life. So the fact that they were the 2 best defensive point guards in the game, like, it wasn't even close, man. Like, they weren't getting bump steals and stuff like your Alex Caruso's and your Marburys were, but, like, they were the hardest point guards to score on consistently. Yeah, Kareem was straight broken. He was the best center until Eclipse Yao came out. Like, we were just talking about this on the podcast, man. When was the last time you've been mad hang? Oh, dude. 2016, probably. 2017, maybe. It's been a really long time. That's been yeah, I would say that's the last time. I was, like, mad hungover for sure. 2016, 2017. And I remember it, too. It was pain. Like, it sucked ass. I just miss the old 2K experiences, you know? Like, not just, like, period, but, like, in the early game, too. Water is the key, yeah. I always recommend just chugging down. I remember just chugging down Pedialyte. I was fucking miserable. Like, that's what I remember about it. Okay, this man's George Mikan is absolutely boxing me. This entire year far ahead. I don't think they did. To be honest, I think 2K is very reactionary. Like, you can see it. Like, they just react to things that are happening. Gun Vincent. No way I didn't get that. Just want to break TOS is crazy. I just feel like they're very reactionary. How does this man have takeover already? I mean, he got a block or two, but Jesus. This man's running off-ball plays in limited. You can have it. Early game is the funniest. Trying to fill out a roster with 76 stats. I agree. Early game is the time when I have the most fun with 2K every year. Like, even this year. This year was kind of ass, but I was running, like, Pink Diamond Derrick Rose. My boy Joakim Noah was getting big minutes at the center. I was running, like, Diamond DeAndre Jordan. Like, Amethyst Bull was getting big minutes for me. Who else was out here getting massive minutes for no reason? Shit, dude, what's his name? Oh, God. I'm blanking. Benedict Mathurin was getting big minutes for me, for sure. Just, like, using these random dudes is so much fun. I think Darren Williams was my point guard for a little bit. Like, Amethyst Nicholas Batum was getting minutes out here. There's someone else that I'm forgetting. Diamond Sean Kemp was getting massive minutes for me, dude. Huge minutes. Jamal Crawford was getting minutes for me. Like, Alex English was playing for a little bit. I think Jason Kidd might have been playing. Yeah, he was. I had Jason Kidd, so he was playing for a bit. It's just like, this stuff is fun. You know, it's fun having to switch up your team all the time. You get to a point later on in the year where unless you got millions and millions of MT, you don't really switch your team up that much. And that's boring as shit. I hate that. Did you play 17 or 16? Yeah. Yeah, I started playing my team in the first my team, I think. For sure, 2K14. I can say that confidently. I don't know if I played the very first 2K. Was it 2K13? It might have been. I know I played 2K14 for sure, because I had a lot of fun with that. It might have been the first one. I just don't remember. And then I definitely played the shit out of 2K15. I remember that. And then 2K16 I played quite a bit. 2K16 I played like crazy. 2K17 is probably my team I played the most, besides the more recent iterations. I didn't really play a whole lot of 2K18. I mean, I played it, but not crazy. 2K19 is actually the one, believe it or not, that I didn't play. That's probably the My Team I played the least. And I know that's like everyone's favorite My Team, but that's like the one I played probably the least. Because I was working at the Dispo at the time, and I was literally working 70 hours a week. I did not have time. Like, straight up, did not have time. But that's, and then I got back in to My Team in 20 because of lockdown and stuff, so I started playing it a lot more. Oh my god, I just raised nut sacks on the sack the Dia. Let's go. But yeah, 17 I played like crazy. I would say 17 I probably played more than I've played 2K23 for sure, and it's like something that like I kind of make money off of, so it's kind of interesting. Back then I made $0, and I just played it for the love of the game, dude. But yeah, I got like a diamond Marc Gasol at one point, and I remember being like so excited about that. MIDI. See, 2K22 that goes in. Why are we doing this? Oh my god. See, this game is so boring to play because it's literally like you play and it's just the same shit. It's just like rim runs. Those jerseys are fire. They are kind of nice. Honestly, a little cracked out for my taste personally, but they're decent. That shit out of here. Oh my god, no. But yeah, I played the shit out of 17. I loved Blacktop. Blacktop is my favorite mode of all time. I've talked about this like so many times. I have never, the entire year of playing this game, gotten an offensive rebound off a free throw. And you're telling me this dude just got one? I hate my life, bro. Pow. No, dude, I don't give a shit about leaks. I think I stopped caring about leaks for sure. A couple years ago when 2K copyright claimed my fucking video, dude. Because remember when that dude, like, I don't know if he stole a copy of 2K or, like, he got it from, like, his boy at GameStop, like, 4 days early. And then he was on Twitter, like, goading the entire community and talking shit. Honestly, that was so funny. I don't care. People were getting mad. I thought it was hilarious. Anyways, I made a video about it, just talking about the dude doing it. I didn't show any clips. I didn't do anything. And 2K straight copyright struck my entire channel for that. And I think since then, I just don't care about leaks because I'm just like, fuck you guys. Like, I'm still really mad at them for that. I think that was the pettiest, dumbest shit ever. And 2K likes to talk, especially like 2K employees. Like, we've seen some of them come out, like Stacks and like Mike Wang, and come out and be like, you know, maybe you'd get invited to events if you guys were nicer and shit, which, okay, I agree. It's your event. You can invite whoever you please. But also, like, you copyright struck my video about talking about a guy getting the game early. So, like, why don't you shut the fuck up with the moral high ground shit at the same point, you know? Yeah, that happened in right before, I want to say it was right before 2K22. It was in the lead up to 2K22 that happened. It was, because I was living not at this apartment, but, like, the same kind of apartment, you know? So, that is something I'd like to say, like, come on, man. Don't be coming out here getting all petty on social media. Like, y'all and the 2K offices are just as petty, if not more petty, than a lot of the people that you're talking about on the internet. Like, let's keep it real here. Y'all are super petty as fuck, for sure. If anybody has anything to say about the game, like, early, you guys will strike them. So chill. Trust me, I know. It happened to me. By the way, let me explain the difference between a copyright claim and a copyright strike, right? So, just for anybody who doesn't do content or just doesn't understand, right? A copyright claim is when somebody claims that you're using their IP, so their information. Basically, what any video game company could do to anyone at any given time for just playing the game on content, or like in a content sense, they could do it at any point. It would get messy in a court of law, but they could do it, you know. Now, that's fine. All that does is it just removes your ability to monetize it. That's all it does. So if you're using like music that's copyrighted, you'll run into copyright claims, etc. Now, they don't do anything to your channel, okay? Like, you just get a copyright claim and your video is just not eligible to be monetized anymore. That's all it does, right? A copyright strike, on the other hand, is when a company maliciously targets you and states that you stole something of theirs in a malicious fashion. It's not just like, hey, we're going to claim this so that any of the ad revenue is we're going to get because it's our art or whatever. A copyright strike is basically when they deem that what you've done is like criminal in the eyes of YouTube. So not only do they make it so you can't monetize the video, all the existing revenue that the video has made, they steal it from you or rightfully take it in certain cases. This is not one of those cases. And then you get a strike on your channel, and if you get 3 of them, it gets permanently deleted. If you get 2, I think it's demonetized for a while. It's just fucked, man. It was super fucked up, and that strike stays on your channel for like 6 months. So when I got struck by them, I had to like be super careful for the next 6 months because if I got another strike, I couldn't monetize my channel anymore. It's fucking awful, dude. It sucks so bad. Like, it was terrible. I was super mad about it, honestly. I think that's why a lot of my content in regards to 2K22 was very negative because I was still very pissed at them for that. Who the fuck is Jack Doyle? You talking about the tight end? Let's find out. Talking about the tight end, Jack Doyle. Is this what we're talking about? This dude is kind of diesel. I don't really look like this guy. I think I just look like all white people, which is facts. I mean, I could see it a little bit, yeah. I'd like to fancy myself more handsome than this man. Are you talking about the actor? Who are you talking about? Explain yourself. I thought he had an all-white team for a second. No. Number 4. What the fuck is he talking about? From We Got Ice. Okay. What the fuck is that? All right. This guy looks like Jacob. Yeah, I can see it though. It's the mustache soul patch combo. Okay. Oh, Luke Walton is fucking cooking you, dude. You guys need to stop. First off, the guy from Boardwalk Empire is Mickey Doyle, and I would be upset if you compared me to him. Talking about me. Talking like that, I would hate it. So I've been really into Twitter recently. I've cleaned my For You page up. So it's like, now it's not like engagement baiting. Well, it is, but it's less. There's less of it, basically. And by the way, when I made that tweet, I wasn't talking about my team or 2K specifically, just in general. Once you add direct financial compensation to anything, you're going to see that happen. Initially. Eventually, it'll calm down, right? Like, eventually it'll calm down because regular, normal people who are going to try to do that realize they're not going to get paid out. And we're watching Elon Musk in Twitter directly just not pay people anyway. So that's kind of what I've been telling people is just like, dude, you're not going to get paid by them anyway. Like, they're not going to pay you. It's kind of like the YouTube Shorts thing. Everyone got really excited about YouTube Shorts. And then I was just kind of in the background like, hey, guys, you know, like, for 1 million views, you're going to get paid, like, I don't know, $1.74. So, like, you know, no, it's not going to be any different in the long term. It's just going to be different in the short term because everyone thinks they're going to get paid from Twitter, which they're not at all. And even if they do, it's going to be like $3. So it's like, once people start to understand the actual amount of money they're going to make, if any at all, it'll calm down and people just go back to tweeting regular. Oh, I'm all for people getting their bag for sure. But it's more that you're not going to get a bag. So just tweet what you want to tweet. You know, if you want to tweet engagement stuff like that, go ahead. But it's like when you force it, it's just kind of like, damn. Oh, you're talking about 2K24. Sorry, I was on a Twitter tangent. No, 2K24 is going to be the same. It's going to be the same. I know people have already came out and said, like, oh, it's the same. You played one Play Now game. Although I agree, I think it's going to be the same. You played one Play Now game. Like, you don't know. You know what I mean? Hey, can we talk about this Jamie Foxx situation for a second? I know I don't cover like current events typically. Liquid Death still hasn't sponsored me, so well, they sort of did, I guess, but not to the degree that I wanted them to. Anyways, this is Liquid Death tea, by the way. It's fantastic. It's a little bit too expensive for sure, but it's gas. Like, this is Grim Leafer. This is fucking fire, dude. Anyways, I feel like YouTubers make shorts unnecessary just because that's the trend. Yeah, because everybody got really excited at the thought of like making a bunch of money off YouTube shorts, because you can make a short really easily that'll get like a, I shouldn't say really easily because that kind of like downplays a lot of people's like profession and stuff. I will say it's easier to make a short that will get 1 million views than it is to make a video that gets 1 million views. Like, I would say substantially easier. Not to say it is easy, but it's easier. So people just got really excited about it, and then they started getting paid from shorts, and they realized, like, oh, damn, this is pretty bad. This is pretty bad. We're not really making as much as we thought. I feel like I was going somewhere. Oh, yeah, the Jamie Foxx stuff, dude. Super hilarious. And when I say hilarious, I mean fucking stupid. Jamie Foxx had a really bad medical issue. And then he had some people around him, which is pretty typical of anyone in like a famous types like setting, that necessarily didn't have the best intentions and were just trying to like get paid. So they used his like medical information and was like basically breaking HIPAA laws. Granted, they're not professionals, so the HIPAA laws don't do anything. This is something I try to tell to like weirdo anti-vaxxer people all the time, is that only applies to medical professionals, bro. Like, and people who have your sensitive data. Like, if you tell some random person a medical secret about yourself and then they tell other people, you cannot prosecute them via HIPAA laws. Okay. Anyways, he was basically just using this information to get paid and like leaking it to the press for money and stuff. And Jamie Foxx made this post about like fake friends and like they always do this to you, blah 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 blah, something about Jesus or whatever. And people started talking about anti-Semitism for some reason, and I'm just like, I have no idea what's happening. Fucking dumbass Jennifer Aniston came out and said something, and I'm just like, I looked at the Jamie Foxx thing that he posted 150 times. Like, I had to have. And I'm just like, okay, where are they deriving anti-Semitism from? Because, like, I don't know if you guys know this, but ethnically, of the tribe, right? So I'm like, all right, man, where are we getting offended? And it's the dumbest shit I've ever seen. And then Jamie Foxx had to apologize, man. That's fucked up. Dude almost died not too long ago. Now we're getting homie and fake, like, controversies? Like, because my man was talking about fake friends on some Drake shit. Like, dude, Jesus Christ. And then it recommends, yeah, the recommended YouTube Shorts is fucking crazy. Like, I'm not a big gun guy. I'm not going to get into, like, gun-type policies or anything, but, like, I'm not a big gun dude. But you try to tell YouTube Shorts that I'm not a gun dude. I swear to God, my entire YouTube Shorts feed is just gun shit all the time. And I'm like, dude, I didn't ask for this, man. I don't care about this little wiener man playing with his guns in the backyard of his, like, Kentucky estate. Yeah, money is everything. If he was a random person, he would have been dead for sure. Yeah, there's no question about it. Yeah. If he wasn't Jamie Foxx, he would have died. There's just no way around it. There we go. All right, I've been getting stalled like a motherfucker in this limited game. I didn't even realize I was still playing. They probably do, realistically. Especially if everything's tied through your Google account, they definitely do. Everything is interconnected when it comes to the internet now. Gold digger pranks. It's crazy. Dude, mine is like, I clicked one video one time. Dude, are you seriously stalling in limited on a Sunday? That's crazy to me. Anyways, this all stemmed. It's the same thing that Instagram did for me, which is like my whole Instagram For You page was like 1980s pictures of Motley Crue for some reason, because I don't really use Instagram. And last time I was like really on it, I was on like an Adderall spree where I was liking a bunch of pictures. This is very shortly after The Dirt came out. And I liked like 2 pictures from like the 1980s, just like some historical photos that showed up. And my entire feed was fucking Motley Crue photos for like 3 years, dude. I've just fixed it now, sort of. But all this stemmed, my YouTube Shorts thing, stemmed from one video that I watched. Hey, love your streams. Thank you. I will not change. I am ingrained in my ways, but I appreciate it. Thank you for the donation. I hope you're having a good day, truly. Oh, I didn't even know I can like these. That's sick. I had no idea. Oh my God, I'm going to do that all the time now. I had no idea I could like those. That's awesome. Am I getting Madden? When it comes to Game Pass, I'll play it. That's how I get down, dude. Up to date on aliens? I mean, I guess. You guys know that I'm a card-carrying member of the Ancient Alien Society in my home state of Illinois. Signed up super wasted in like 2014 or something. They still send me emails from time to time. That's what's up. I don't know the conversion rates because I'm like a dumb American, but I appreciate it. Regardless, that's super sick. Nah, I'll get Madden when it comes on Game Pass. I'll play it for a couple weeks. I'll get super addicted to it, and then I'll put it down forever. That's what happens every year. Like, every year, my journey through the Madden streets is the exact same. Except last year, I didn't have to go into franchise mode and make my Philadelphia Eagles, good, because they were actually good in real life. Typically, I do. But usually I'll play franchise. I'll run through like 1 or 2 years with the Eagles before I get bored. And then I'll jump on MUT. And I'll get really addicted to playing it for a little while. But then I'll realize that it has a very different problem than my team does. My team's issue, when it comes to like grinding, is that it's too fucking hard. Like, my team is too difficult to grind for like your average person. It is. Anybody who says it's not is an actual idiot, I'm sorry to say. Like, and I don't mean that in like a rude way, but just like you have 2K brain. Like, your average person, 95% of people that would pick up my team are going to struggle playing against the CPU because 2K has tuned it into fucking Dark Souls for basketball for some reason. Goonmanson, hella deep. Madden has the opposite problem where it's not entirely hard, but to get anything, you have to play so many fucking games, so many fucking challenges. Oh my God. Like, it's infuriating, especially once you get to a certain point where you have like a, just like a pretty normal team. I would say like an above average squad. To make any actual changes and like roster additions that are worth anything, it takes fucking forever, dude. Like, I mean, to get one single card, it's going to take you days on days on days on days. And this just isn't like the way 2K is, where you have a full 99 squad, but you want like one specific 99 overall player, and it's going to take you a few weeks or whatever. Madden's like, dude, I have a 92 overall at this position, and I want this like higher player, and it's going to take me 6 or 7 days of continuous playing to get it. Hate it. MLB The Show, I think, has it down the best. I can't speak for FIFA personally, but it's an EA product, so I have to assume it's very similar to Madden in that everything just takes fucking forever to do. So someone can correct me if I'm wrong about that, but I assume that's what's going on. But MLB The Show is good. It's still got a little bit of like heft to the grind. There's still a bit of grind to it, but it's not entirely hard. You can change your own difficulties. They have the extreme program, which is for your hardcore grinders to do. I just think they do things perfectly over there. Gameplay, sometimes there's a little bit to be desired there. It's not 100% like grind to 99 anymore. They have added some more like, pay to win mechanics, which I don't think are necessarily the worst or incredibly predatory, so I'm always very favorable towards them. FIFA is hell. There's almost literally no solo content. Yeah, see, and people from the 2K community specifically will go and like slurp up FIFA, and I'm like, nah, see, I'm not buying this, dude. I don't really think it's that much better than NBA 2K in regards to predatory microtransactions or not rewarding players or anything of that nature. I think they're the same. Like, I am taking 2K24 off. I need a mental break. Yeah, at least take the first like couple seasons off, man. If you want to pick it up when it's on sale later on, I think that's a good idea. But full price off the rip, man. I don't know. Oh, I want to agree with you, Aiden. I do, but goddamn, if it's not an EA product, so I just don't know if it's gonna save anything. Also, I'm curious if they're gonna be paying NIL money for the likenesses. I wonder what's going on with that. Like, I'm just kind of curious about it. I just haven't done research, so I don't know. FIFA usually has free cards that are slightly beyond the power curve, or they're extremely broken. Depends on the time of year. Yeah, I just mean from like a predatory microtransaction and like grinding standpoint. Sometimes we get so tired of the game that we play constantly, and this happens to like people who. I can see myself doing this with MLB The Show to a certain extent, but I do think they're kind of the gold standard as far as like treating their customers right in the card collection mode, which, granted, not exactly the hardest, mountain to be on top of, realistically. I think they already did use player names. Okay. That's good, because I always hated playing the NCAA games back in the past, and it'd be like, running back number 12. Or like I played basketball, and I'd know exactly who the people were. And it'd be like point guard number 4. And I'm like, this is fucking TJ Ford, dog. Just say TJ Ford. So then you'd have to go in and you'd have to put all the names in yourself. That shit was super irritating. But honestly, I did it every year. I remember playing, I think it was College Hoops 2K4 or 2K5. I want to say, no. It was the EA one, actually. I think it was 2K5 maybe, or I keep saying 2K, but it was like 2005. So I think it was March Madness. I don't know, let me check. 2004 or 2005. I know one of them had Mello on it. It wasn't that one. Okay, so it was 2005 is the one I used to play. Yeah, because it had Emeka Okafor on the title. Yep. And I used to play the shit out of this game, dude. Hard body. Hard, I used to play this game. So fucking hard. And I loved UConn squad in this game, man. It was the best. Couldn't even tell you who was on the roster. 2004, 2005, UConn basketball. I don't know why, but I used to run this roster so hard. Who was out here? Charlie Villanueva. Yup. Point guard number 12, AJ Price. Couldn't even tell you who that is. Fuck with him. Super hard. My boy, Rudy Gay. I didn't even know who that was at the time, but that was the man for sure. AJ Price was the homie, though. Like, point guard number 12 was a god. Like, I'm just going to say it. He was super fast. I liked him. You can buy bits to go buy your... Wish 2K was like that, yeah. I don't think the bums will have names, but at least the solid players. I think they're just... Basically, I think they just paid a lump sum to kind of... Yes! Yep, that was 2005. Okay, I'm sorry. Where is my... I got my Karl Anthony Towns now. Fucking lit. Okay. This is my main squad, by the way. I made a couple key upgrades. So we got Ricky. I sold Michael Jordan, which was painful for me to do, honestly. Part of the reason I did that was just because I'm just going to go back and buy the Elemental MJ for my All Bulls team. Because he's like 10,000 MT, so it doesn't really matter. But I sold MJ. Now I have 132,000. I had a lot less MT before that, so it's good. It was a good move, I think. I sold him for 100,000 flat, which, I mean, at this stage, 100,000 for a card is crazy, period. So I sold him for 100K, and I bought just a couple cards so far. I bought Ricky Davis, but he was like 12,000 MT, I think. Like, something super cheap. Like, obnoxiously cheap. So I basically just replaced MJ with Ricky Davis. And then I bought Mirasan for like 24K or something. I know. So I'm just going to hold off on it. Player cards. Gets their permission. Guys want money. Barkley Miller. Yeah, for sure. Invincible Wemby. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, okay. In my defense, like, I had $50 that day, like, on the account in VC already. And I was like, yeah, this card's going to be broken all year. I might as well. Honestly, my favorite cards: Bender, Terry, Mark Eaton, Encore Mark Eaton, because I love this jump shot. Kristaps is honestly fucking annoying. I hate his jumper. It's like so slow. But basically, I took MJ, profited 100K. I bought Ricky Davis and Murasan for like under 40K total. Where's T-Mac? Terry. Terry took him out, bro. Ricky Davis is fun. I was using Doug Christie for a little bit. I do like Doug Christie quite a bit. Honestly, I might use him over Giddey. But Ricky's solid, man. 6'7", big body. I like his jump shot. He just made the most sense, you know. Honestly, I kind of hate Kristaps, but it's hard to really do much because he's like so big. I might run Cat though, just for fun. You know what? I'm gonna try running Cat. I mean, why not? It doesn't really matter. Bull got replaced. He's out the squad now. I'm gonna run Cat. I mean, I grinded for him. Fuck it, might as well, right? What up, Greek? How you doing, man? Big Purr. I need a chief right quick. Always. Yeah, this is the squad, man. I haven't actually used Ricky Davis or George Mirasan, so no big other than Kareem. Dwight should jump high. I agree. I agree with that sentiment for sure. Like, Yao Ming shouldn't be jumping. Mirasan shouldn't be jumping. Mark Eaton doesn't have bounce. Look at this fucking guy. Like, Kareem had bounce. Dwight Howard had bounce. Shaq didn't really have bounce either, so I'm almost about to get Jerry Stackhouse, you know, so maybe. We'll see. Madden 24 or 2K. Ooh, honestly, they're both going to be mightily disappointing, let me tell you. Like, they're both going to be very disappointing at the end of the day, unfortunately. Man, got Giannis, Durant, Wemby, Kareem, Murasan. Dude, at a certain point, I don't disparage anyone for doing what they want to do and having fun when you want to have fun. But you've played 100-something games of Unlimited with all endgame cards. At a certain point, I have to assume you're not having fun. Like, I have to assume. I have to assume you're not having fun if you're playing like this. I just assume. That's my fault. I forgot to take my white away jerseys off. Or, yeah, my alternates. I forgot. Damn. I have no tactical advantages here during this matchup, so that's a cool thing that's happening. Ricky. Okay, bad shot. It's all good. Yeah, with the midi. Take that. Love that. Some guy in clutch time. God damn, that's intense. Ricky Davis not matching up great with big Giannis out here. Oh my God, Ricky Davis. Come on, bro. Rookie mistake. Sapphire Mill. Yeah, dude, he was the fastest card in the game, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah, there should be no speed burst in the game. That's we're in agreement on that. That shouldn't exist. Period. Anyways, I made this whole stream to talk about 2K24, and I basically didn't. So 2K24 is going to be the same experience that we've always come to expect. I mean, if you play the game a lot, you're going to notice the intricacies between, like, let's say this game and like 2K20. And there's some things that are very, very obvious, but at the end of the day, like, most things, most people aren't going to notice. This is why endgames are so annoying. Like, you can just, like, constant flurry switch on me with endgames because there's nothing I can do about them because they're so fast and literally perfect. Like, I can't do shit. So 2.5 mil, just wait. God damn. I'm sitting on 100,000. It's like you got endgames just a rim run. That's trash. Hate that. Oh, terrible shot. What the fuck? Yeah, there's nothing you could do. I mean, the other thing the game did wrong was making everything height based. Like there should be something in the game that stops people from being as tall as they are from moving as fast as they do. Because it just ends up ruining the game. Like you can put a badge out there. I don't know. There's got to be a way to do this. Why is my burst and why are my load ups so bad? Like at a certain point, what do you do? What's the best mindset to get into? I think the best mindset would be to go into the game not. I guess the best way I can describe what I'm trying to say is just go into the game not needing the best of everything. Just playing the game with what you got and not spending a shit ton of money and not feeling like you need to have the best cards every single second that the game is out. Because then you're going to get trapped into like a really shitty headspace. And it's going to become unbearable, truly. Nice. They should add the bounce pads from Park to My Team. That would be so fun. That would be cool. I don't know how you play online, honestly, with the input lag. It's, yeah. Best place to sell kilos is crazy. Jesus Christ. Do I look like a drug trafficker to you? I look like a drug buyer. $75 and $63, sir. Yeah, that doesn't mean I know. There is levels to this, and let me tell you, I am way farther down than that. I have actually never sold drugs in my life, believe it or not. I never had the stomach for it, dude. I'm too pussy. That's just facts. Like, I'm admitting it to myself. Like, it's all good. I never had the heart of a lion. I could never trap like that. I have talked about the fact that I am really good at chemistry, though. And I feel like if I needed to for any reason, like let's say there was like a post-apocalyptic type situation, and for whatever reason, I was forced to, I don't know, cook up crack, you know, in like an apocalyptic wasteland type situation, or there was some reason that I would be doing this that wouldn't, you know, put me immediately in jail. I feel like I could do a pretty good job. I feel like I could whip it hard. Like I've listened to that one Yo Gotti song enough that I feel like I could do it. Fouls. Some. Yeah, no, thank you. Not gonna do that. Nah. Yeah, I never had the heart, man. Even like small amounts of weed back in the day, I just like didn't slang ever. It just always seems so fucking stressful, man. And every person I knew who sold like smaller amounts of weed just like literally sold weed to buy more weed, and that just seemed like very pointless to me. Good shot. Do you think they will be in tune with the actual NBA? I mean, they have in the past. Like, this was really the first year that they were completely out of sync with the regular NBA. Typically, they do an okay job of connecting the sport. Typically. This year was really bad, though, and I don't really know what happened. You're such a fucking weirdo. Yeah, they were trying to do the infinite weed glitch. It's just like, unfortunately, you had to like meet up with people in like grocery store parking lots and have the most annoying conversations of your life, and that was the way you did it. What's my favorite genre of music? That's a good question. Are you for real? Oh my god. Damn. Legal State? Yeah, me too. A favorite genre of music? I listen to like a bunch of like, it kind of like fluctuates depending on what I'm into at the time. Like, I like hardcore. Right now I've been really into like, I just gonna sound stupid, but like beach and like surf themed hardcore music, which is like real fun. And I would say like Not really that into pop punk because I'm like an old ass man now. So like, I don't really need to listen to music about forlorn love and shit. But like, I like Midwest emo and stuff quite a bit. I like sad music. I'm just gonna put it that way. Like, I like music that makes you sad. Even when I'm in a good mood, I listen to the saddest shit imaginable. That's just how I get down. I think it because it reminds me, like, no matter how bummed out I am, this guy's got it worse. Like, this guy's way sadder than me. That makes me feel good, I think. Like, I think that's what it is. If I had to try to put, like, a psychologist spin on it, that would be it. I wish I had my own pack. That would be so cool. I've always just wanted my own strain of weed. Like, that's been, like, a pipe dream of mine. There we go. That's like my only motivation to even get like semi-internet famous is so I can have like a cartridge that's based off of me or something. Like that's it. That's all I want in this world. Not even money, dude. I just want weed. I want a weed product. Like that's it. Oh my god. Does he have like his own herb now or something? Like I mean, we're going to see a lot of that in the near future. Like that's going to be something we're going to be seeing quite a bit of. Just kind of how like every influencer for a little while in like the early 2010s to mid 2010s had like a whiskey or a coffee for some reason. I wouldn't even say influencer, but just like you know, musicians, actors, etc. They all had like coffee. They all had whiskey. Some of them had like beer and stuff. We're gonna see that with weed quite near in the future. I mean, we've already kind of seen it, like especially like people in like podcasts and like stuff of that nature. They've already kind of been down that road, but we're gonna see a lot more of it. Like I would say there's a 0% chance that someone like Kai Cenat, for instance, doesn't have like some type of weed product in the next like year or two. Like whether that's like Delta 8 or some other bullshit, or if it's like real like dispensary grade, that's up for debate. But I feel like it's definitely gonna happen. I would say there's a 0% chance actually we don't see that. Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. Okay. Bro, if you keep talking about kilos for some reason, I'm gonna ban you. Are you doing this? What up, AJ? How you doing? Anyways, it's like, yeah, I would say there's no chance that someone like of that size doesn't get into the cannabis game at some point. Like, there's no way. We're even seeing a lot of like micro celebrities start doing like Delta 8 and like gummy type situations already. Because I think people underestimate how easy it is to like name a weed strain after yourself. Because you could just tweak like one or two things and it'll be fine. It's the kilo man is crazy. Anyways. Yeah, and they're gonna keep doing the $50 thing too. We talked about that. They're not gonna stop because I guarantee they've made more money off that $50 bullshit than they would have off of regular packs at this stage. Like I guarantee they did, or at least a similar enough amount, and with some positive feedback from people, just fucking slurping them off and stuff. That they're gonna keep doing it. I would say the fact that we've seen them do it as much as we did does kind of indicate that they're going to keep doing this shit. Look at Mark Eaton coming in here, checking into the game. We love it. Damn, I got a white-ass bench, dude. Jesus Christ. No, it's just Josh Giddey and Mark Eaton are illuminating, like, everything. Oh, man. Okay, we're getting dunked on. Yeah, I have to assume that they made a good amount of money off of it. Oh, you think I can't shoot with Mark Eaton? Oh, well, you're right, I guess. Yeah, I would say that too. what 2K should be doing is they should take onus from like MT pricing, because that would kill two birds with one stone, but they are not really interested in doing that. Yeah, I know. Especially at the beginning of the year, it's going to be really irritating because, like, at least for me, like, when I first start playing the game, I cycle through cards on my team so fast. Like, once you get to, like, January and stuff, you start to have more permanent fixtures on your team that you don't really exchange quickly. But at the very beginning, I mean, dude, I'm, like, chucking through cards super serious. Oh, my God. If you're new to 2K and you check the reviews on Xbox, you would think the 2K is made by an 11-year-old. Yeah. Okay. Like, I would recommend nobody buys any of the cards at the beginning of the year. But it's like a tough situation, too, because then 2K is just going to take that as like, oh, because they have no idea how to, like, rationally think about things at all. They're so reactionary that they don't take into consideration anything. So if people don't buy the guaranteed cards at the beginning of the year, instead of thinking to yourself, oh, they're not buying them because it's the beginning of the year, why would they? 2K instead is going to be like, oh, well, nobody wants those anymore, so we're going to go back to regular packs because they're fucking dumb. 2K themselves aren't the reason for this. It's their marketing department or their whoever handles like marketing and like things of that nature. The trophy case, no, it's not a bad take. The trophy case, it wasn't bad. They didn't explain how it worked, which, like, if you want people to like it and you want people to like do it, you have to explain how it works. So, you know, that was kind of the issue. If they had come out with a guide, I mean, fucking Elevate had to come out with the guide for them, and then they never even gave him credit for it. Like, oh, okay. Yeah, you've been here long enough. I feel that. Woo! Fair enough. I should have modded you a long time ago, honestly. Bangers. Yeah, I mean, reality is... Yeah, they explained it. They didn't even really explain it, though. That's the thing. Like, if they had just come out with a roadmap instantaneously and been like, here, this is how you get the things that we're talking about right now, I feel like it wouldn't have been received so poorly. Because I had to literally pause the game and go to Twitter. Like, can you imagine a person who, like, doesn't follow my team-related stuff on Twitter? And they're just like, how do I get these pieces? And then there's absolutely nothing in the game that tells you how to get anything, and you're just kind of lost, and it's just like... So it was just a flawed... It was a flawed rollout, for sure. But if they had just, from the get-go, put out a roadmap on how to get things, I think it would have been received better. Like, the amount of people that used to come into the streams and be like, dude, how do I get these pieces? Not even just like one specific piece that everyone was struggling with, but just in general, people would be like, how do I get these pieces? Like, I have no idea how to get them. And I'm just like, dude. Or my favorite question, like, where in the game does it tell me how to get these pieces? And then you have to be like, well, it doesn't. Like, it's foolish, truly. Yeah, or the suggestion that I would say me, but it was like me and everyone who was in here during those streams. Where the pink diamond at the end is still fine. But yeah, instead of trophy case pieces, or you can keep the trophy case piece concept. But, there's multiple players on the way. Because 2K's biggest problem is it's always been all or nothing with them. Like, you either fucking grind your ass off and you finish this shit, or you get absolutely nothing. And that was part of the issue. Look at Cat, dude, just yamming. Like, if they just put a few other player rewards on the way to the pink diamond trophy case, like some rubies, amethysts, diamonds, like there's 15 total cards, right? So after like every 3 you got a reward, then I think it would have worked really well. Terrible load up animation, but it don't matter because Garnett's out here, or Garnett, Durant. Because like after 3 you got a ruby, after 6 you got an amethyst, or even a sapphire, and then 6 you got a ruby, and then 9 you got an amethyst, and then 12 you got a diamond, and then at 15 you got the pink diamond. So that would have been a lot better. I feel like people would have like received it better for sure. Remember if you missed up, yeah, dude, you couldn't get a card for like 2 seasons. Like I most accidentally picked the wrong thing, and he literally couldn't get the reward, which is fucking crazy, dude. Man, Matt Olson out here fucking crushing the ball. I watched this video. These like, dude. I mean, all fucking helter skelter was going on, dude. I was watching this video, this boat fight earlier. Honestly, the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life. I was so happy. I've never been so happy watching people fight. Casually uses Tatum as I love that. I love running into random teams. I enjoy that. I mean, I'm running Cat right now. I don't think anybody is out here running Cat at the current moment. Not even like Grizzle fans. Wolves fans are running Cat. Look at Mark Eaton getting sturdy. Mark Eaton, get your ass down. Oh my god, no. Well, that was kind of whack. There you go, Big Mark. Yeah, he is a very interesting character in real life. Him and Jalen Green are very interesting for sure. The tweets about Jalen Green finding like them not being the vets that people were talking about because he was with some IG model that's been with mad NBA players. That shit was so funny to me. That the lady, yeah, hell yeah, I saw it, dude. Oh man, I was in my apartment right here, watching this entire boat fight play out on like my large screen monitor, not even on my phone, and I audibly was like getting hyped. Like it was super funny. Like I was like, yes, dude. When that lady got hit with the chair, I was so hyped. I was like, yes, that's what I'm talking about. This is what I wanted to do to all those fucking ladies who looked like that lady who used to come and bother me during my retail jobs, man. I just wanted to, ooh. Why would you say he's lazy and entitled? Why would you say that? You don't know anything about him. I think he's actually pretty good. I like Jalen Green, though. I don't know why. I don't particularly have a reason to like Jalen Green. Are we really doing this right now? She's a seasoned vet, bro. Like, what do you want? You said you wanted veteran presences around Jalen Green to help him grow. This is what you wanted, right? It's not exactly the way that you wanted it, but she's been around the league. She knows. She can help. You know? This isn't getting mature the way that people wanted him to get mature, but he's getting mature. So, fuck it. How does this even happen? I don't even understand. I just realized I was up 10, and then the third quarter happened, and now I'm going to be down. It'd be like that. Good shot. Oh, my God. There we go. Oh, that's ass. I hate that. I hate that. Does Mike Dunleavy Jr. on my team? I don't think he is this year. He might be. He just didn't get a card. I think he got a card last year, though. Was that 2 years ago? He got a random diamond that was actually kind of fire. How did that happen? How do you do this? How are you so bad at... Oh, my fucking God. A monkey's paw-esque wish. Yeah. All the Houston fans were wishing that he would get veteran help. You know, veteran presence to mature him up, and then, you know, he got that, just not in the way they wanted. Whatever, man. It'd be like that, though. It's fine. On some Larsa Pippen shit, like, it's all good. There we go. Look at that defense. We're out here. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I can't see shit. Bender. Yes. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, dude. We discuss current events on this channel, I'm sorry to say. Now that my Twitter For You page, and I'm never calling it X, by the way, I'm never going to do that. There's never a conceivable universe where I will call this shit X. Like, I won't do it. I'm going to dead name the fuck out of Twitter for the rest of my life. Like, I'm never calling it this. Oh, Mirasan, let's go. They're on a 10-year rebuilding stage? Yeah, they're not going to be good anytime soon. I don't know, though. The one thing I will say is we've been surprised in the past. Like, teams have popped off, like, faster than they should have in the past. Like, I didn't expect Memphis to be as good as they were, as fast as they were. Granted, they fell apart. They were still a lot better than I expected them to be a lot sooner. So, not going to say the Rockets are going to be good or anything, but I think Jabari Smith is really good, and I think Jalen Green has potential. And I like Kevin Porter Jr. As, like, a bench scoring option. So there's potential there for sure. And I like their draft this year. I actually really like it. I think they did a really good job drafting this year. Look at Ricky Davis getting fucking beast. That being said, I think it's time to trade Kevin Porter Jr. though, because that kid they drafted this year is fucking nice, dude. Forgot his name already. I'm drawing a blank at the current moment, but he is fire. Oh, Wemby. Finally, dude. Look at Tatum out here just playing, like, great defense. Good shot. Amon Thompson. No, the other kid is the kid they drafted later. That fell for some reason. That kid's fucking nice, dude. Thompson kid's nice too, but the fuck was his name, dude? I don't remember his draft. Let's see. Cam Whitmore. Cam Whitmore's fire. Yeah, something like that. Like Vlade Divac didn't like smoke cigs, dude. Like, you know, Cam Whitmore's really good. I actually think he's tight. So I think for that reason, Kevin Porter Jr. should be on his way out because I actually think Cam Whitmore's really good, and they need to give him like playing time for sure, and not worry about KPJ. Just go send him somewhere else. Like KPJ can go play on the Sixers or some shit. Like who cares? I think maybe this year I'll actually play my career. Maybe I don't know. Probably not. I don't think I have played my career in like 6 years. Maybe. Do you guys remember water mice? Like when I say water mice, I mean like computer mice. Well, I guess it's like a computer mouse. They used to have like a little water part into it. Like somebody told me they're bringing them back, and I'm like really excited about it because I remember those from like my youth. I thought they were so fucking cool, and I never had one. Didn't want to like fuck up the parents' Dell, you know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't out here booling that shit on LimeWire and FrostWire and any other kind of wire that I could get my hands on. Like the Crayola one. No. Nah, dude, it's just like a computer mouse, but then like the back piece, the butt of the mouse is just like a little like it's got a little water in it, and there's like a little guy or a little character in him, or like stars or some shit. They were super cool. There it is. You think that? I don't know, dude. The Suns are a very confusing squad. I really don't know what to expect or anything from them. I like don't know. Because they have the talent, obviously, but they also have zero depth whatsoever. And Durant's like old as shit now. Like, he can still hoop, obviously, but like, they have no one to play defense. They only have a Kogi, like, or Kogi, whatever, however you say it. Like, they have no defenders. They have no depth. Ayton, I'm still not sold on unless he takes like a huge leap or whatever. Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate that. But yeah, dude, I don't know. I think people are just hating on Durant for no reason, though. Like, he's not still like a premier NBA talent. I don't really understand where that's coming from, but whatever. I just don't know if it's like with that lack of depth on that team, I just don't know how far they can go. And it's not even like in a hater way. I truly don't know. Oh, I'm breaking heavy right now. It's kind of the same issue I have with the Lakers, honestly. Like, it is. The Suns and the Lakers, in my opinion, have the exact same issues. They both have a superstar, an aging superstar, who, who knows how, from a body perspective, how long they're going to be able to keep it up, dude. Because, like, LeBron is going to need rest, for sure. And then they both have one big question mark, which is Devin Booker's ability to play make consistently and Anthony Davis's ability to fucking stay healthy at all. And then they just have, like, some wild cards. Like, how the hell is Bradley Beal fitting on that team? I just don't know, man. It's just a weird one. But they have the same issues. It's just all about, like, injuries and age. And they don't have Ricky Davis, who's a god. I just think people get excited about... People were just upset about this game in general. And they don't really know what to be upset about. So anytime there's a change being made, they're just going to assume that's what it is. Portuguese, what? Did I say Spanish? No, I didn't say anything Spanish. What do you mean? I can't speak Spanish. I wish I could speak Portuguese, though. That'd be cool. I'm obsessed with trains. I don't know what that has to do with Portugal, but I just want to point that out. Mirasan. Ah. Catching heat because KD right now thinks he deserves more credit for those rings with the Warriors. Yeah, I think truth is somewhere in the middle when it comes to that, personally. Like, oops. Yeah, I think truth is somewhere in the middle when it comes to, like, KD. Like, I think they win those rings because he's there for sure. But also at the same time, they're still there without him regardless. So it's just a matter of, like, I don't know. It's weird. I don't know really what to say about that. I don't have any, like, grand insights, I guess. Fuck is Bobby Bacala? What? Bobby Bacala train vibes? Dude, oh, he's a character from The Sopranos, yeah. No spoilers. Dude, I fucking love trains, dog. I think, no, it doesn't really have much to do with Bobby Bacala. It has more to do with the fact that I live in the United States, which sucks, and we have no fucking public transit ever, like, anywhere outside of, like, 3 major cities that have decent public transit. So I'm, like, obsessed with the idea of, like, and all we have is buses, and buses fucking suck. I'm sorry what anyone has to say about that. Buses are dog shit. Spewing. Oh, God, I hate buses so much. I'm, like, very anti-bus. So I'm, like, obsessed with, like, trains and, like, trolleys and high-speed rail and things we just don't have. Like, you know? Oh, my God. That was about to be a yam, too. He's less wholesome than you think. No, but I watched the whole video on why he's actually not wholesome, for sure. And I agree with it 100%. Look at Cat. What up, man? How you doing? I mean, I agree. KD needed the Warriors more than they needed him, for sure. I don't think anyone's going to deny that necessarily, but I don't know. It's just weird. He just needs to win a ring elsewhere so that people just, like, will leave him alone. Oh, look at Giddey. Nah, I've never played basketball GM. For an hour and a half ride, it cost me $130 with an Uber. Yeah. Dude. That's what I'm saying. I just want trains, bro. I just want to be able to, like, we have trains in the Chicagoland area, but I'll be honest, they suck ass. I don't care what anyone says. They're fucking terrible. Like, I'm good with any public transportation, even Uber users are ripoffs. I mean, the reason is because we have terrible public transit in the U.S. because, like, United States citizens are obsessed with, like, personal autonomy for some reason. So most Americans think the idea of having to use public transit for any reason is, like, lowering themselves or something, which is so goddamn stupid. That's mainly due to like automobile manufacturer and gas and oil propaganda, really. But like, if you go to like European countries, public transit's actually really tight, and like riding bikes is tight too. These are things that you can't do in the U.S. Like we don't have railways that can really like handle anything, and we most American cities are just like you cannot ride a bike in them because you will get hit by a Ford F-150 and die. So have I ever played FIFA? A couple times. I've never been a big FIFA guy though. So I've just always really enjoyed public transit because I think it would be lit if I could just like get on a train and go somewhere. That'd be like super fucking cool, but I can't because I live here and we don't have that. So, you know, we have trains, they just suck. What up, man? Oh, look at that. We got Stackhouse finally. I have no reason to play this game anymore. Awesome, dude. We're done. Well, that's because we just don't have bikeable cities, man. Like, no cities are bikeable, I swear to God. Like, it's so irritating, man. Like, if somebody wants to ride a fucking bike, you don't have to ride a bike, right? Like, nobody's trying to force you to ride a bike. But like, if someone wants to ride a bike for just like their own personal fun, we should have a city. You know, a city should allow that to be a thing and like not fear getting run over by cars. Like, you know what I mean? That's just how I feel about it. Oh, that's a good question. I actually don't know. I take that back. Invincible MJ, I pulled that at PAX. The L trains, God, I hate fucking Chicago trains. I really do. They work better than a lot of cities, but they're still not great. Yeah, but I just mean like I don't live that far from my job really at the end of the day. Like I'm probably 2 miles or so from where I work, maybe at the absolute most. And if I wanted to ride my bike to work, it would maybe take 15 or 20 minutes to ride, like distance wise. But the fact that I live in a city that has absolutely like no like bike lanes or anything, like there's no way for me to really get from where I live to my place of employment without completely endangering myself. I just wish that wasn't a thing. Like if I wanted to like get my exercise in for the day and ride a bike to work like a person with a DUI would, I should be able to do that, you know? That's just how I feel. Uh, the thing that a lot of people, I feel like specifically people who are not from like the US are never going to understand is like the social aspect of it, dude. Like if you ride your bike or like take public transit outside of like three major metropolitan areas, you were looked like the poorest scum of the earth in the world. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you tell people in most cities outside of like very major metropolitan areas where like public transit is used by a lot of people that you take the bus, they're gonna look at you like you're disgusting. And that's like super messed up. So, anyways, I gotta go let my parents' dogs out because I like forgot about that. So I gotta go, I gotta go do that. So I appreciate you guys for coming to hang out. I'll be live more because I have like not a whole lot going on in real life at the current moment. So I'll be live a bit more, and I appreciate you guys, and I hope you have a good night. For sure. You be easy too, man. Peace out to everybody. Don't get too cranked up on the 2K24 hype. At the end of the day, it's going to be similar to every 2K we've played for the last 3 or 4 years. The first month's going to be really tight. Then they're going to change a bunch of shit to appease park players. Not to say that there's anything wrong with that, but when you're trying to balance those two worlds, it's hard to find a happy medium there. They're going to fuck the game up, and then they're going to destroy the pacing by releasing money-hungry, super hard cards. So just don't stress about it, basically.